For hundreds of years before the 7th century, there had been three Korean kingdoms, the Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla. The Goguryeo ruled in the north in Manchuria and the northern part of the Korean peninsula. The Baekje ruled land in the southwestern part of the Korean peninsula, and the Silla ruled land in the southeastern part. The Goguryeo were undoubtedly the most powerful in the 5th and 6th centuries after King Gwangaeto the Great led a series of expansionist conquests, securing land from Mongolia down to the Han River basin. However, in the mid-500s, the Silla and Baekje kingdoms allied to counter the powerful Goguryeo threat. When they were presented with the opportunity, they invaded and divided the land of the Han River basin between themselves. Goguryeo domination over the Korean peninsula weakened. Before they had held almost 2/3 of it. Now they held less than half. In the late 500s, the Goguryeo kingdom faced a much greater threat after China united under the sway after centuries of division. 420 to 589 CE, China had been divided into northern and southern dynasties, which by 557 CE were each divided in two, resulting in 4 different states. One of them, the Western Liang, was relatively small, and the others were similar in size to the Goguryeo, and also bordered by neighbours who would attack them if they sensed weakness. This made an invasion by a Chinese state unlikely. When China united, the enormous manpower and resources were combined under one political force. The threat from China became very real, and very soon the danger was realized through a series of invasions. China attacked with huge numbers of troops under the Sui and later the Tang, but the Goguryeo, with their mountainous fortified territory, had managed to stand their ground. After victory over the Tang in the 640s, Genghis Khan decided to tempt fate by repeating the actions that had led to the first Goguryeo-Tang war. He attacked the Silla to the south. As had happened in the first Goguryeo-Tang conflict, the Silla again appealed to the Tang for help. Genghis Khan had defeated the Chinese many times in battle. All he needed to do now to relive his glory was to do it again. But this would have to wait. First, the Tang and Silla decided to take out the Baekje kingdom. The Baekje kingdom was allied with the Goguryeo and the Yamato emperors of Japan. With the Silla invading from the east and the Tang arriving by sea, the 500-year-old Baekje kingdom was in mortal danger. The Yamato house was related by blood to the royal family of Baekje. They sent a large army of 47,000 by sea to defend the Baekje, but were repulsed by the Tang-Silla allied forces and were forced to return home. In 660 CE, the Tang-Silla forces reached the capital of Puyo. The end was in sight. The fall of the Baekje saw the brave last stand at Hwangsanbeol, where 5,000 Baekje soldiers fought to the death against 50,000 Silla troops. After a fierce battle, the defense collapsed and the entire garrison was annihilated. Soon, the Baekje kingdom had fallen. Focus now shifted to the Goguryeo. Genghis Khan had to now face attacks from all sides, the Tang from the west and the Silla from the south. Even with luck, determination, and the skill he had shown repelling many previous invasions, victory would be hard won. Then, Genghis Khan died. The Goguryeo fell into a succession crisis between his sons. Internal divisions meant that resistance to another Tang-Silla attack was ineffective, and the Goguryeo kingdom fell. Founded by Tangun 700 years before, the Goguryeo kingdom is still recognized today as the first Korean kingdom. After decades of unrelenting defense, the Goguryeo anticlimactically fell in a couple of years. This was a significant period in East Asian history for 2 reasons. The first important event was that the Silla had successfully united the Korean peninsula, and the second was that the Tang had incorporated Manchuria into the Chinese Empire. This war ended the 3 kingdoms period of Korean history and set the foundations of a united Korean peninsula that lasted until 1945. The legacy of the Goguryeo was not lost, however. Goguryeo aristocrats would found a multi-ethnic state in its former lands in Manchuria called Palhe, which would last another 2 centuries. Another noble of Goguryeo descent took the name and founded the Goryeo kingdom in 918 CE. This name, Goryeo, is the root of many foreign language names for the country today, including the English name, Korea. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.